we have heard nothing from the WNBA. Absolutely nothing.
Brittney Griner elbowing Caitlin Clark in a crazy way and then calling her a trash white girl.
And Brittney Griner has not commented, which I find significant. I've watched that video countless times, and it sure looks like Brittney Griner says, white girl.
The WNBA should investigate Brittney Griner seemingly uttering profanities about white girls.
Brittney Griner pulled off what few thought possible, made waves for all the wrong reasons after allegedly aiming a shocking verbal jab at Caitlin Clark, calling her a trash white girl right in the middle of a nationally televised game.
Brittney Griner appeared to call Caitlin Clark trash and effing white girl.
10 million viewers blinked, waiting for the officials, the commentary booth, anyone to act. Instead, the broadcast rolled on as if nothing happened, and the league that preaches no place for hate suddenly looked mute, deaf, and blind, all while its brightest new star tried to catch her breath on the hardwood.
She's the Rookie of the Year. She's 4th in the league in MVP voting.
Caitlin Clark is an absolute all-star. She is the Michael Jordan of this. This is the girl that girls have been waiting for forever.
Caitlin Clark is a rising star in women's basketball. She's pulling in crazy viewership numbers.
Caitlin Clark is the needle mover.
She is the needle mover.
She is the franchise player.
And she was the MVP. She is the main draw.
She wasn't the one who was full sprinting down the court.
She's my role model. I really look up to her.
Why do you like Caitlin?
And she's so good at basketball.
Because she's that awesome person and she has like a lot of aura, so like.
The league was already on shaky ground with recent controversies, and Brittney Griner may have just poured fuel on the fire. Overnight, raging tweets rocketed up the trending charts. Skip Bayless called it a career-ending slur in reverse, and casual fans, drawn in by Clark's record-breaking ratings, started asking why the WNBA protects controversy while its cash cow gets clobbered. But that was only the opening shove. What followed threatens to scorch the entire league.
Brittney Griner, who I can't stand, sad that she's a Baylor grad. She called her a trash expletive white girl. That was the lip reading. Yes, trash white girl. Trash. Blanking white girl is what she says.
Cameras caught it all in unforgiving high def. Final 2 minutes, Fever up 3. Brittney Griner swings a bruising elbow on a rebound, picks up her 6th foul, and stomps toward the sideline. She mouths one sentence. 4 words leap off her lips. Trash, and what looks an awful lot like effing white girl.
Is the WNBA okay with one of its players saying white girl on the bench and getting caught by TV cameras saying such? I guess they are. I guess they're okay with it. Obviously, the league would very much not be okay with a white player saying black girl on the bench in anger and getting caught by TV cameras. That would be an immediate suspension, if not a career ender for said white girl.
Yet when Griner did it, nothing but silence. Within seconds, the clip goes viral online as it's freeze-framed, slowed, and analyzed by millions around the world. By dawn, hashtags that say, "I stand with CC" are trending above the NBA playoffs. Conservative pundits rage that the slur would be a career death sentence if the skin colors were reversed. Even neutral outlets can't ignore the split-screen optics. Clark doubled over, catching her breath, while Griner stalks past the scorer's table, jaw still working.
But it is completely possible that fucking white girl was about Caitlin Clark's popularity, about her stature, about her impact on the entire league.
But the moment the buzzer sounds, the league goes silent. No statement, no fine, no midnight email to reporters promising a review. The WNBA's own "No Place for Hate" slogan hangs on arena banners like an inside joke, and fans start timing the silence in hours, then days.
The WNBA has come out numerous times. There's no place for hate. There's no place for racism.
Meanwhile, debate over Griner's exact words morphs into a broader accusation of bias. Was she blasting Clark, barking at refs about a whack call, or both? ESPN reruns the clip on loop, analysts split 50-50, and the uncertainty only pours gasoline on the fire.
She has been abused repeatedly. We have shown you videos, just getting elbowed, getting crushed, inbound passes where they ram into her, just absolutely abused, and there clearly is a racial element to it.
But the league's hush wasn't the end of the story. It was the spark that lit every other grievance waiting to explode. 48 hours after the lip-read slur detonated across social media. Just listen to how controversial Griner was in an interview back when she was still with Phoenix. Her own words stirred backlash long before this latest incident.
The noise that's coming.
I don't appreciate the new fans that sit there and yell racial slurs at myself, my teammates, and the people that I play against. Because yeah, those might be opponents, but those are friends too. You know, they don't deserve that. So I don't appreciate the new fans. I think it's okay to do that.
What about now, Griner? Even worse, WNBA's front office still hadn't coughed up a single sentence. No press release, no fine. Not even the usual, we're looking into it.
The league would not be okay with a white player saying effing black girl.
That vacuum echoed louder when fans remembered how lightning fast the league pounced on unverified claims that Indiana spectators hurled racist taunts at Angel Reese just 2 weeks earlier. A formal probe, interviews with arena staff, even national headlines, only to declare the story unsubstantiated days later.
She accused the Indiana Fever fan base of being racist. They investigated it. They said those accusations were false. The least that she could do is apologize to our great state and the fans that show up at these games and say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Obviously, she's not going to do that. But also, Dan, why isn't the Indiana Fever apologizing to their own fan base for putting them through that, for going through those types of accusations?
Image that she reposted. And the implication is, well, what it says at the top is white, this is how they say girl, G-Y, white gal, G-Y-A-L, running from the fade, like as if Caitlin Clark is basically
If you are a straight white woman in the WNBA, there is no way that you feel completely safe.
So why no equal urgency now? Sports law analysts and pundits from Fox News to Barstool blasted the Selective outrage, pointing out that if a white player had barked "trash black girl" on camera, suspension papers would have been printed before sunrise. Instead, Griner breezed past microphones, the commissioner's office kept the door shut, and mainstream reporters, who once live-blogged every update on the Reese investigation, barely raised a hand. Even media critics like Megyn Kelly called the silence journalistic malpractice.
Caitlin Clark got roughed up repeatedly by defenders throughout her rookie year last year. It was attempted bullying, trying to break her spirit, intimidate her, put her in her place, get even with her for all the attention she was getting.
The result? A perfect storm of resentment. Clark's growing fan base sees a league that lectures no place for hate while letting a star center skate on an openly racial jab. Sponsors notice, TV partners squirm, and rival players get the message that some elbows and some words come with built-in immunity.
Let's see an investigation into reverse racism that's going on across the league also.
He stated in part, obviously, the league would not be okay with a white player saying effing black girl on the bench in anger.
And that hypocrisy sharpened a target already glued to Clark's back, because the on-court abuse was only warming up. Clips of Clark getting hammered with no whistle form their own YouTube subgenre, while Twitter timelines fill with slow-motion replays of accidental elbows to the jaw. Why the non-stop hostility? Two reasons pundits can't ignore. First, ratings jealousy. Clark's games double average WNBA viewership, eclipsing veterans who feel overlooked. NBA stars like Paul George even warned that some players could be offended by how quickly she's stolen the spotlight.
These girls have been grinding to grow the game of basketball in the WNBA. They've been grinding to grow the sport to the world, the viewerships. They've been grinding for all of this. And then you have this girl that comes along from college and is an instant change. She's handed pretty much being the face of the league. There's going to be girls that are offended by that. And there's going to be girls that think she's got to earn it and she doesn't deserve this early.
Just listen to what Kate Martin had to say about Caitlin Clark when she first heard of the superstar.
I had heard about this Caitlin Clark and I was like watching videos of her just like having like 40 points, like averaging 1 million in high school. And I was like, oh, this girl thinks she's gonna come here and rule the world, you know, like whatever.
And sure enough, Caitlin Clark delivered exactly that.
there she did, came in right away and ruled the world. And I was like, all right, here we go.
Second, race in the room. Indiana Representative Jim Banks' open letter to Commissioner Kathy Engelbert flat out said Clark faces resentment and repeated attacks, in part because she's a white phenom in a majority black league. Yet Clark never fires back. No retaliation, no dirty plays, just the same polite Midwest grin and another box score line stuffed with threes.
WNBA without Caitlin Clark remains an attraction that not many people want to watch. Without Caitlin Clark,
is going to massively affect the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark is the closest thing that they have to quality play. Caitlin Clark, the Caitlin Clark effect is very real. She is the most valuable player in the league.
The league loves to market her highlights, but seems content to let her take the hits that come with them. Each no call loudens the accusation. The WNBA protects controversy, not its crown jewel. But the next twist isn't about hard fouls at all. It questions whether some players should be in the same weight class to begin with.
Brittney Griner is, in fact, a man.
While the league stayed quiet, the internet found something else to shout about. Brittney Griner herself, an old, shirt-optional Instagram story, still live nearly 2 years later, resurfaced alongside poolside clips that show a flat chest and no top surgery scars.
Flag you, Brittney. Let me see something real quick. Brick, thank you. Get the hell out of here, yo. Jab stepping, it's a brick. Swing and a miss.
Oh!
Yo, I ain't gonna fake it right now.
That this person is not a female. Firstly, because this was actually posted to Brittney's personal Instagram.
Comment threads exploded. If Instagram's nudity filter let it slide, did its AI tag Griner's torso as male? The viral post reignited every whispered claim that the 6'9", 200-pound center was assigned female only on paper, adding, fuel to decades-old gender conspiracies the league has never squarely addressed.
That this person is not a female. Firstly, because this was actually posted to Brittney's personal Instagram. And when it comes to Instagram, they use a combination of like AI detection and plus manual surveyors, but specifically the AI detection to make sure that no explicit content ends up on the platform. So clearly whatever AI detection system was used when Brittney posted this and it stayed up for 106 weeks was not like, oh, this is a bare female chest, we have to take this down. It obviously assumed that Brittney was male.
Then came the voice factor. A recent courtside interview, Griner's baritone rumbling through arena mics, spawned fresh mashups comparing her pitch to NBA forwards, bolstering skeptics who swear no woman sounds like that. Even neutral outlets couldn't ignore how quickly "is Griner biologically male" began trending.
Brittney is a weird case. He's a man, yes, that much is obvious, but not in the way that you think. He isn't trans. He's a straight cis male who was raised as a girl and given a girl's name by his parents. His mother is the insane one. She forced him to live as a female right up through high school, filled out all of his paperwork, including BC as female, and kept the charade going.
Fair play advocates seized on the optics. A player with linebacker dimensions flattening a 6-foot rookie guard who weighs 40 pounds less. They asked whether inclusion has eclipsed competitive balance, especially when that rookie is single-handedly doubling league viewership. In other sports, we test hormones. Here we test fan patience.
Brittney Griner comes out and says, I am so sick and tired of the WNBA. It used to be a peaceful, small little thing. Now there's crowds screaming, hollering. This is disruptive. It's not allowing us to play the game. Every time we play her, there's this commotion. Like this loud rumbling from the stands. Turns out it's people, thousands of them, just sitting there watching on purpose. It's very disruptive.
But the controversy doesn't end in the paint. Griner's resume includes a headline the State Department still winces at. Long before a courtside mic caught her slur, Brittney Griner had already tested the limits of league PR. In February 2022, she was arrested at a Moscow airport with vape cartridges of cannabis oil, sentenced to 9 years in a penal colony, and 10 months later, traded for Victor Bout, the convicted Russian arms dealer nicknamed the Merchant of Death.
WNBA crew are very fond of virtue signaling, but even when it comes to Brittney's exchange for like the Merchant of Death, which is insane, by the way, but had that been just like a straight white girl, My guess is that straight white girl would probably still be rotting in a Russian prison.
The swap was geopolitics on hardwood. A WNBA center exchanged for a man convicted of conspiring to kill Americans. Critics blasted the deal as lopsided, while State Department officials insisted it was Griner or nothing. Either way, the message was clear. Griner enjoys a level of political insulation no other WNBA player, and certainly no rookie like Caitlin Clark, could dream of. Fast forward to this season, every time Griner lowers a shoulder, fans remember the prisoner swap headlines and wonder why someone rescued at such a price can hurl an apparent slur on live TV with zero penalty. Pundits asked the uncomfortable question, if a straight white girl, as one host put it, were still rotting in a Russian jail, would the White House have brokered that trade? The double standard narrative sharpens, the league stays silent, and Clark's supporters tally another reason to tune out. But politics and prisoner swaps are just the backdrop, because the WNBA's real gamble is whether it can keep alienating the very audience Caitlin Clark just delivered.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball. Period.
That's nice.
And she was shooting the shit out of it.
Of course she was.
Right, so she was shooting the shit out of it. And
she's the face of the league.
Agreed.
She's the face of the league. Agreed.
Just have nothing but great things to say about who she is as a person. Just so welcoming and so warm as an individual that she can have a conversation with anybody. She's cut from the same cloth as me in that regard. You know, us Midwesterners, we tend to just, accept everybody with open arms. She was so kind to my family and everyone in the suite when she came to KC. So huge fans of Caitlin Clark.
It is a mad situation just all around when it comes to Caitlin Clark.
In one season, Clark turned sleepy Tuesday tip-offs into appointment viewing. Of the 23 WNBA games that cracked 1 million viewers last year, 20 featured her. Non-Clark broadcasts averaged barely 400K. ABC's May Showdown with Angel Reese drew 2.7 million, bigger than Sunday Night Yankees-Mets, and the most watched regular season telecast in 25 years. That spotlight travels with wallets. Fanatics reports Clark's number 22 was the number 2 best-selling basketball jersey in America, NBA included, trailing only Steph Curry. A recent economic study estimates she already drives 26% of league-wide revenue and could pump $1 billion into the WNBA by year's end, sponsors notice. 2025 jersey patch deals are up double digits as brands stampede toward any game she headlines.
Caitlin Clark is a rising star in women's basketball. She's pulling in crazy viewership numbers.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT. She signed my jersey. So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
The jerseys, the number 22, the various styles, whether it's a t-shirt with 22, whether it's an Iowa jersey, whether it's a Fever jersey, a throwback, whatever. The amount of people in yellow 22 apparel is stunning.
Yet the business case cuts both ways. When news broke that Clark would miss Chicago this weekend, the Tribune wondered if the Sky could still break the single game attendance record without her. Ticket sites instantly slashed prices, proof that one rookie now sets or sinks gate revenue in real time. Meanwhile, social media is weaponizing the silence. Every no call, every shove, every unanswered slur spawns viral compilations titled "Why I Stopped Watching the WNBA," which leaves one brutal question hanging in every boardroom. Will the WNBA choose consistency and credibility, or keep gambling that Clark's fandom is too loyal to quit? The league's biggest draw is absorbing elbows, slurs, and double standards while its most controversial veteran skates past accountability. Viewers see it, sponsors see it. Future rookies see it. Either the WNBA enforces the same rules for every player, or it risks watching the Caitlin Clark effect flip from billion-dollar boom to mass exodus. So where do you stand? If you believe greatness deserves protection, not punishment, drop "I stand with CC" in the comments, smash subscribe, and ring that bell. Because the moment the league finally answers, you'll want to be here to see whether they saved their future or squandered it.